Hello, Internet. It is Ida Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about crimes of the future. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Well, this movie, as you see from the poster, this is from the mind of David Cronenberg, and I'm about to show you his resume really quick right here. Bam. His most well known movies are History of Violence, Eastern Promises. He also did The Fly with Jeff Goldblum from like way back in the day. And while his movies aren't like big hits, he does have a cult following. He does have a fan base, and anyone with a cult following, there's a good chance like a decent amount of that cult following is going to watch whatever project that person makes next. I feel like that's going to happen here to an extent. So I would consider that a relative pro. So that's pro number one. Pro number two are three leads here: Viggo Mortensen, Leah Sedux, and Kristen Stewart. Granted, none of these people are box office draws at all, but they are recognizable enough to the point where you see them in a movie like, hey, I know that person. So I feel like having their faces here might help bring in some people to whatever this is. So that's a pro. Again, another minor pro, but a pro nonetheless. Another pro. There's no real direct competition for this movie. I guess there's Watcher, which is also a horror movie, but that's a different type of horror movie compared to this. And last two horror movies that came out recently didn't do too hot. Firestarter. I just realized hot Firestarter. Well, Firestarter was an absolute non-starter that completely tanked, and then Men didn't do too great either. So yeah, there's no direct competition out there, and there won't be any horror movies coming out until The Black Phone, and that won't be until the end of the month. So when it comes to direct competition, there really isn't anything. So that's good, I guess. So that's a pro. Another pro, reviews for this movie are pretty good. It's like at 80% on Rotten Tomatoes last I checked. And when it debuted at Cannes, it apparently had like a 6 minute standing ovation, which sounds good. So, yeah, I would consider that a pro. And that's it. Okay, cons. This movie has gotten no real marketing push at all. I haven't seen a single ad for it on YouTube. I've seen nothing. I've seen ads for Elvis, and that doesn't come out till 3 weeks. So, yeah, there's nothing for this movie. So, most people probably never even heard of it. Most people don't know it exists. So, that's an obvious con. But there's probably a reason why there's no real marketing, and that's con number two. This movie is insanely hard to market because of its content. See, if this movie, I mean, the poster kind of gives you a hint that this movie looks kind of gross, but does nothing in comparison to the synopsis. So I'm about to read you the synopsis. So, as the human species adapts to a synthetic environment, the body undergoes new transformations and mutations. With his partner Caprice, Saul Tenser, celebrity performance artist, publicly showcases the metamorphosis of his organs in avant-garde, I don't know how to say that, performances. Timlin, so weird name, an investigator from the National Organ Registry, obsessively tracks their movements, which is when a mysterious group is revealed. Their mission to use Soul's notoriety to shed light on the next phase of human evolution. Yeah, it doesn't sound too great, but just you wait till we get to the keywords. Body horror, near future, sexual fetishism. Yeah, doesn't that scream wide appeal? Yeah, no, it doesn't. It does not. It sounds just horrific. So that's probably why it's very difficult to market a movie like this, because, like, how? How do you convey to the general moviegoer that they want to see this when this movie has some really, apparently has some really gross content in it? In fact, also at Cannes. I think it was at Cannes. Apparently, some people walked out during the screening, so that's not great. That's probably the sign that the movie is definitely isn't for everyone. That's certainly true here. So yeah, the content is a con because it's difficult to market, has no wide appeal at all. It's the type of movie that turns people off. So that's a con. Another con is the audience score, which is not great right now. Last I checked, it's at 62%, though I'm pretty sure that has gone down since. I'm about to check off screen on my laptop, so I have to find it. Oh, it's a 78% score, which isn't bad. It's at 62%, which is not great at all. Really not great. So yikes. Yeah, this is definitely a movie that is going to really divide audiences. Is going to turn off audiences. So that's a con, obviously. Another con is that, when it comes to the market right now, people are only watching one movie and one movie only. And that movie consists of three words: Top Gun Maverick. That movie is making crazy money right now. I mean, its Thursday number, which was just unveiled, it made 14 million yesterday, which is nuts for like a movie's like for like a midweek performance. That's crazy. That doesn't happen all the time. So everyone's clearly watching Top Gun Maverick, but everything else is like weeks old. Like we're talking like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks old. But the thing is, all those movies have more appeal than this. So yeah, there's a lot more options out there, more appealing options out there. Not to mention movies coming out in the future. Got Jurassic World Dominion next week. Got Lightyear the week after that. Got The Black Phone, Elvis, Minions 2, Thor Love and Thunder, all coming out next few weeks. All those movies are more appealing than this. So, yeah. Yeah, this competition now, competition in the future, it's not bode well for this. So that's a con. And I guess another con is that this movie has it's not like super wide. It's like a 900 something theaters, which is really small. So yeah, it's not gonna do well anyway because of that theater count. And yeah, I think that's a con. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So opening weekend. Ooh, I think this could open with $1 million. I think that's achievable ish. I'm gonna go with $1 to $2 million. That's where I'm comfortable with. And then its total will be like between 3 to 5. That's where I see it landing. And yeah, and then no one will talk about this movie ever again. Well, until they make YouTube videos talking about how disturbing and fucked up it is. But until that happens, yeah, no one's gonna talk about it after it releases. So yeah, that's Crimes of the Future. We got one more movie to talk about this weekend. Another small movie, The Watcher. And then that's it. So, and then next week, obviously, I don't know about Block Party. I don't know if that's a wide release. I'm not sure. But Jurassic World Dominion, that is guaranteed. I'm guaranteed to talk about that. And then the week after that, Lightyear. And then 2 weeks after that, we got Black Phone Elvis. And that's it for June. Yeah, June is pretty bleak when it comes to uh when it comes to quantity, but the box office should make up for it with Lightyear and Jurassic World Dominion. It should be fine. But yeah, like June 3rd, oof. No, I mean I get why no major movie wants to be sandwiched in between Top Gun Maverick and Jurassic World Dominion. That's a bad idea, but you could have done something better than this. So uh yeah, but anywho, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got a playlist on the homepage of all previous prediction videos I made this year. All movies, different, like the bigger movies, the small movies, as long as they're wide, cover them all. So if you want to watch any of those, go right ahead. There's also box office, the canceled series, where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. Um, Yesterday I did episode 129. I talked about Secret Headquarters going to Paramount Plus, Man from Toronto getting a Netflix date. No one really cares about either. I certainly don't care about either. But if you want to watch that or any other canceled episodes I made, all 129 of them, you can binge it from beginning to now. Highly suggest you do that. There's also, yeah, what else is that? Oh, yeah, box office recaps, where I go over the box office results for any particular month. Today, I uploaded May recap. I didn't mean to press that. I uploaded the May recap. I meant to do it yesterday, but it was too late, so I just delayed it to today, so it's up now. If you want to know my thoughts on all the May movies, June recap will come out little after a little after the first weekend, 4th of July, so it'll be in between Minions 2 and Thor Love and Thunder. That video will come out between those two movies. I can tell you that. So stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.